All right. We are back. We are live, and we're gonna play some Pokemon. I went ahead and made a Japanese-style cheese curry in the off time, and I will probably start doing some cooking streams in the future. I know I used to do that. The setup right now is suboptimal to make that happen, but I think in the near future, I should have something a little bit better for that, so stay tuned. We'll see. Well, we're going to chill out and play a little Pokemon. We're going to go hit up the Whirl Islands. We've been meaning to do that. This won't be a long one. I'll probably go for less than an hour, because I need to eat, and then I need to... I need to get ready. I need to shower because I'm going to go meet someone to see about a rental property. So pretty exciting stuff. Go ahead and charge my phone while I'm at it. Got to make the Costco run today. A couple things I need to pick up. Some gifts because I'm going back to the mainland for competition, and then there's more other kind of stuff. Oh, why do I only have one? Oh, I forgot to withdraw a Tatsu. My bad. Let's go do that. And then... Oh, we're going to need a Pokemon that knows Flash for this, aren't we? Because the Whirl Islands are dark. So we're taking Meowth back out again. Wait. No, Meowth doesn't know Flash. Foresight, Hypnosis... Okay. First off, we are putting Tatsu in the party. We need to continue leveling it up because we got to get that fucker to 55. So we've got some quite a lot to do there. We need a Pokemon that knows Flash, ideally. Perfect. Okay, Sleep Powder actually is going to be extremely useful here, so we will take that. Good morning to you. Although, do we want Meganium or do we want... Who do we want in our party for this? I think we probably want Meganium over Machamp here, since Machamp is fighting. If we go for Lugia, I don't know if we'll go for Lugia today. We'll see. We'll go with this. We will try and evolve Hoppip, which we need to do anyway. That should be pretty easy. Good morning. Well, good to see you as well. Yeah, it's morning here. I reckon on the east side of the country it's no longer morning. We're well into the afternoon at that point. We'll play for a little while. We'll get Dratini another haircut. One salon. 500. Yes, we want that. Ooh, we have enough for calcium or something like that. You can't tell you fight the Kimono Girls. Whirl Islands are laid out. I don't. Today's probably gonna be mostly exploring anyway. To catch Lugia, which I believe is at level 50 in this game, or at least it was in the Gen 2 games. Actually, it varied based on whether or not it was gold or silver. So we're gonna do mostly exploring today. Will we? I would say probably not. We're probably not getting Lugia. Oh, 45? Yeah, still probably not. 40 in gold, silver, crystal. No, I think it was 70 in one of them. Payapa berries. Kasib berries. What do those do? Oh, 70 and yeah. Okay, so what do we got for Kasib berry? What does a Kasib berry do? Ghost type. Okay, well that's not helpful. I want one that's super effective against fighting types, and I can give that. I can feed that to Tauros and have Tauros be how we take out fighting types. Really watching live streams. We're going to go for some decide to retire early with 5 million in the bank after 10. Why? Okay, good for you, but like, bro, you don't need 5 million to retire. 5 million at a 4% withdrawal rate gives you a $200,000 a year income. You can live on a lot less than that, and it will take you a lot less time to get that money. We want calcium. We're gonna buy that. No. Use the calcium on Dratini. We'll be buying a lot of calcium, so we need to give more to Dratini and then more to Tentacruel as well. Yeah, most people don't like having to work. The whole point is financial independence. But bro, you can do it with 500K. You can take a 0 off of your current plan. What nature is Tatsu have anyway? Quirky. We're not, unfortunately, this is the trouble with hentai. We're not going to see a lot of Tentacruel for now, because for these we need something that has Whirlpool and Waterfall, and unfortunately, yeah, kind of hard to do that. All right, we're done here. Let's. The reason I'm using the bike instead of flying is because, one, I want to get Tatsu's happiness up, and two, we got so many Pokemon to raise in the daycare. Whirlpool. That's the thing. I don't want to teach one of my main 6 a move as bad as Whirlpool. Whirlpool kind of sucks. It's like a worse Sandstorm, basically. So because of that, I'm not gonna bother with that. I want to indulge in series, waste money on dumb shit. Remembers that's how you came to the 5 million. It's going to be a lot easier for you to remove your desire for dumb shit than it is to acquire $5 million, especially where you live. You're spending. I mean, what's your current savings rate right now? You said 20%. So if you want to acquire $5 million with a 20% savings rate, you've got to be pulling in 7 to 8 figures. Good luck. A fraction of a percent in the U.S. are able to do that. You're going to be working forever. Unless you get really good at investing or start your own business that gets wildly successful. But $5 million is a lot of money. Dratini is now strong enough to fight off small, like low-level wild Pokemon, but it's still not strong enough to go much further than that. I will level up Hoppip, though, now that I'm thinking about it, because 1, that's easy to do, 2, it's almost at Skiploom anyway, and 3, in the event we do want to catch Lugia, it'll probably be what we use to Sleep Powder it, and Sleep Powder will be very useful. 5 million isn't that much. Bro, 5 million is a lot more than 1 million. That is quite literally $4 million more. $4 million is a lot of money, bro. The fuck are you talking about? A lot of people have 1 million. Yes, most people that... Okay, so I think it's something like 20% of the US is millionaires. The vast majority of those people are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s because they've invested and let that money compound over time. It's like buying a 20K car and spending 4K on premium features. Bro, I don't know why I even talk to you anymore. I feel like you're just a troll. I guess you're more interesting than having nobody in chat. Go ahead and hit the focus center while we're here. Ooh, actually, going across Tentacruel, or Tentacool and Tentacruel should make leveling up Hoppip pretty easy here, at least. Why would you buy a $20,000 car? Even that's too much money. Buy it. Do what I did. I bought a car for $1,500 and imported it for an extra $5,000 or so. Bro, that's like buying a car. No, it's not. It would be like The difference between 1 million and 5 million would be like buying a 20K car and spending $80,000 on premium features. Not nobody, but I'm not Odysseus either. I like what you're doing there. That's quite clever. Isn't the average new car? No, the average new car is 30K, which is why you shouldn't be buying a new car unless you're a millionaire, which you're not. Oh, perfect. Oh, this thing really doesn't know any grass type moves. Okay. This Slayer will get in there. Well, that's going to be a little bit more of a pain in the ass to level up than expected. We're going to need some antidotes. Luckily, we have some. Why are you talking about buying new cars? Bro, if you want a new car, you're not going to be able to... You're never getting to 5 mil with that attitude. 5 mil comes from savings. A lot of savings. Honestly, 5 mil comes from a lot of savings, plus successful investments, plus probably owning your own business. Yeah, the average person doesn't buy a Honda Civic. The average person buys something more expensive than that. Think about all the SUVs that get sold and trucks. Your new car paid... Oh my god, it's 50,000? I thought it was still somewhere in the 30s. Well, there you go. You're just illustrating my point. Thank you very much, ENB. Yeah, no, the average car price hasn't been 20K in years. 20K used to be... It used to be that you could find cheap cars for under 20K new. Those days are gone. Even like the cheapest of the cheap cars today, I think it's what, the Nissan Sentra, the Mazda 2, I want to say? No, they don't even sell the Mazda 2 here anymore. The basic Kias and Hyundais, those are 20 grand. Most personally SUVs. Okay, something for Mr. Perry here. Sup? Perry, already think you like to battle me, alright, or what? Route 45. Okay, that would be great, except for... Alright, you know what? We'll fly to Cyanwood, since we're already halfway there. We'll come back to the Whirl Islands. Because that's actually really useful XP that we need for a lot of different Pokemon at this point, so... The question now is going to be, do we want to evolve Tatsu at 30? And I'm leaning towards no, because Dragonair takes even more XP to level up. And since we're still kind of babying Dratini along at this point, it maybe makes more sense to level it up closer to 40. The goal is eventually to get it, get it to 55, but either way, even if you get a $20,000 car, bro, your car should not be any more than 10% of your total assets. So if you have a net worth, and this is the absolute maximum, if you have a net worth of $200,000, okay, buy yourself a $20,000 car. But if you have a net worth of $200,000 and you want to have $5 million in the bank, bro, you need to use this car as little as possible. Bentley or a Mercedes AMG available winner Drake type money, but you don't. And if you want to have 5 mil, spending money on stuff like that is not going to help you get there. But again, oh fuck, I can't escape. Yeah, we'll go knock out Hiker Perry if that's worth doing. Because that'll probably get Dratini to 30 at least. Alright, ENB, I'm gonna pick your brain on this one. What level do you think I should evolve Dratini into Dragonair? Toyota RAV4 plug-in hybrid is, in my opinion, best new car on the market right now. I think I prefer the Prius, but the RAV4 hybrid is very good. Actually, to be honest, I would say there's one better than either of those, and that's the Sienna hybrid. If you're going to get a truly utilitarian vehicle, that is an absolute mammoth-sized car that you could live out of for $40,000, very comfortably, I might add. What was Dratini at now? 29. So, obviously we want it to be a Dragonite, and Dragonair is not really strong enough to be a serious member of the party at level 30. So the question, RAV4 plugin should be the high end of what people should be paying for on average. Or the Sienna, yeah. I would agree with that. So yeah, it does beg the question, there's no reason to cut transportation the need for most Americans. Electric bike. Live closer to work and don't use a car. You live in New York anyway. You're telling me about that shit. You live in New York City. What the fuck are you even doing thinking about a car? The whole way, if you're gonna live in that city, grind to Victory Road, or not even close to Victory Road. I really hate grinding like that, because it's just repetitive and dull. Plus, there's a lot of other content in this game we haven't even explored yet. Safari Zone, Whirl Islands, the tower that Ho-Oh's in, I forget the name is. Plus, we've got all these trainer battles that are starting to trickle in, so I want to try and minimize the Victory Road grind, because that shit sucks. It's miserable. Nobody likes that, so we're gonna... Just for this, we're gonna throw Gyarados here, exit, return, yes. We're gonna fly to Blackthorn, take on Hiker Perry. I think there's someone at Route 46 that wanted to battle yesterday, and then we never did it, so I'll go down there. We can't live closer to work. Right, what I'm saying is you're better off... You know what? No, I'm not gonna explain this. Neem, I want you to go back and watch the video I recorded like an hour ago on this exact topic. You ought to do that. It explains this much better. I'm not gonna restate everything I talked about in that video. But the TLDR is have fewer things. If you wish to live in a big expensive city with big expensive housing costs, have fewer things. Oh shit, I need to go left here. That was a mistake. Can I fix that? I can. Have fewer things, and then, you know, make your living space... Like, I live in a high-cost living area here. I'm going to move to a cheaper place to cut on costs. We'll let Dumont handle this. Level 38 Onyx, you're just gonna freight train him. Curse isn't gonna do shit. Wait till level 31 learns Aqua Tail. So, I mean, I've already taught it Dragon Pulse and Extreme Speed, so it has decent damage-dealing moves. The point is that e-bikes aren't great when it's raining because you're gonna wish you had a car. No. Okay. I ride my e-bike in the rain here in Oahu all the time. So the parking situation's so bad at my workplace that you're gonna get wet either way. If you drive, unless you come in super early and get a spot super close, which there are very few of, you're gonna get wet no matter what you do. Switch Pokemon. Now Graveler can explode, so we're gonna take Beetroot back. Yeah, I've got Dragon Pulse. I'll probably use Aqua Tail over Dragon Rage. Dragon Rage is starting to get to the point where it's not helpful. Alright, so we're gonna use Rocky here because we're just gonna wait on Graveler to use Self-Destruct. It always does. Rollout's gonna do nothing. You can't ride an e-bike in the thunderstorms you get in the Midwest. Okay, thunderstorms are a different matter, I'll agree with that. But if you're living in the Midwest, you don't have the housing costs that we've been talking about this entire time. Even if it uses Earthquake, we'll be fine. Car you stay dry with cloud. Oh my god. Yes, but then you get to the parking space and then you're gonna get wet either way. So what I do instead is I just keep clean clothes at work, and if I get wet, I just get a towel, which I also have at work, dry off, and then go to the bathroom and change clothes. Wait, did Dig really miss? Fucking hell. Oh, no, it didn't miss. It just didn't knock him out. That's fine. Just bash him. I saw that, DJ. I won't say where you are, but even then, it's a very... People bike there all the time. You should be biking too. Are you out of shape? Are you low? If you want a thinner gut and a fatter wallet, biking should be at the top of the list of things you're doing. Yes. Okay, we want that. That was the point. Do y'all know when Skiploom evolves into Jumpluff? The whole point here is to have this Pokemon be semi-useful for the Whirl Islands. Dratini is evolving. No, we're not letting you evolve. Tatsu, you're going to stay with Dratini for a little while longer, because leveling you up is a pain in the ass. Tad Younger, how much will progress? Yo, Iron. Oh, it evolves to the stone? I didn't even know that. Oh, it's level 27. Okay, yeah, we can get a Skiploom to 27. That's fine. It'll eventually learn something more useful. Cool. I think there was someone down here who needed to fight. No, Cameron, I don't feel like talking right now. Get a heart scale to have Dragon learn a couple of the elemental punches. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Thunder. Really, I just want an electric move. That's the one type we're missing. I guess a fire punch would be really useful too. If that's the case, I'll stop feeding it calcium and start feeding it protein. See, if Beetroot knew something like Giga Drain right now... Wait, I could teach it Bullet Seed. That might not be a bad idea. Bikes are extremely expensive. Jesus Christ, no they're not. Use Craigslist. Don't be an idiot. I'm at the point where I'm gonna largely ignore what you say, Neem. You're trolling. Bro, you're gonna talk about buying a $20,000 car and then complain that a $3,000 bike is expensive. Rock smashable rocks, though? Well, perfect. Gyarados knows Rock Smash, so hopefully we'll find some of those as we're cruising along here. Alright, I'm not even gonna bother with a Geodude. You know what, actually I am. But I'm gonna teach Beetroot Bullet Seed. I'm not gonna teach Meganium this move, so fuck it. We might as well... Bullet Seed won't be that useful, but it's better than Tackle. And it's stab type. It's gonna make knocking out these... Give them the specs you don't read. Okay, 60 miles and goes 20 miles an hour. Bro, my bike can go 28 and goes a lot more than 60. And I got it for a lot less than 3,000. And again, you can buy a used electric bike for cheaper. I did read the whole comment. It's just your whole comment was silly. Again, you're complaining about buying... Why are you always insisting on buying new? My brother in Christ, you don't have that kind of money. No tengo el dinero. No hay plata. Wow, that does nothing. Holy shit. Bullet Seed sucks ass. And that's gonna almost knock it out. We're gonna switch. Since it knows rollout, Dumont can tank the hit, and then we're just gonna knock it out with Miracle Leaf. Look, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, bro, why are you insisting on buying a new bike? There are other options than buying a brand new bike. There are e-bikes that you can buy new for under $1,500. And again, if you're going to talk about buying a $20,000 car, a $3,000 e-bike is peanuts. You're contradicting yourself. I don't know how to repair cars and bikes. Okay, then it's a lot easier to learn to repair a car or a bike than it is to learn to repair a car. This should make you want a bike even more. Stop buying new is more reliable. Something goes wrong, which it shouldn't. Oh my god. Bless your heart. 30 minutes of your time watching some basic repair videos on YouTube is not that hard. That's what I did when I got a flat tire on my e-bike. I didn't go and take it in. I just patched it myself. It's a pain in the ass, and it's going to take you long the first time you do it, but the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the better you get at it, then it gets easier. I'm really not trying to be mean, but like, dude, almost feels, again, it feels like this is borderline trolling at this point. I feel like you ever heard of the term learned helplessness? You've got all these giant dreams. You've got the dream of having $5 million in the bank, but you're not willing to learn how to fix a car or a bike to reduce your expenses. There's a huge disconnect here. Okay, so we've got iron. I think we're gonna give this to Dumond. I'm not trying to be mean. I really promise I'm not trying to be mean, but like, bro, come on. I think it's one of the campers over here that we wanted to talk to. There it is. I knew it was one of them over here. Okay, Gloom, this is not a good battle. We'll swap that, and we're gonna use... Actually, Tatsu would do just fine here. Should have no problem with a level 32 Gloom. Stun Spore won't do anything, because this has Shed Skin anyway, so we're gonna use Dragon Pulse. Let's see how Dragon Pulse does here. This is the first time we've used it against a similarly leveled opponent. Not great, is the answer. Shielded the foe from critical hits. Roach. Got him. Hawaii moment. Certified Shaka Bra moment. A little bit of cockroach juice on this flag. Stun Spore ain't gonna do nothing. Quirky is the nature. I don't know if that's good or not. We just pay something, that's why I'm considering this maintenance cheaper than a car. In that case, okay, yes. Still, go for an e-bike then. Fixing a bike flats because I biked as a kid. It's not hard, right, okay, even if you want to talk about that, an e-bike has fewer parts than a car, which means there's less shit that can go wrong. The simpler a thing is, the easier it is to fix. Even if you don't want to repair it, it's also, again, the replacement parts for e-bikes are a lot cheaper. Even replacement batteries aren't going to be near as much. Alright, Shed Skin, you gonna... Nope, it didn't. We'll use Extreme Speed. Afternoon seriously curls on a squat. Bro, that shit pissed me off so bad. I shouldn't let that shit get to me, but oh, it does. Rapidash. No, we're gonna keep battling, and then we're gonna throw in Steelix. Should I say that? I probably shouldn't throw in... Oh my god, it's level 41? Okay! Well, if it knows Fire Spin or anything like that, it's not gonna do much. Let's, paralyze it. Oh, Fury Attack won't do that much. Surprised we haven't had Shed Skin do its thing yet. 3 times. Fuck! Okay, plan B. Correct. Alright, so... I think Islero is our best route here, but wow, a level 41 Rapidash. You had a level 32 Gloom, I'm kind of thinking, okay, it'll be something in the low 30s. It was very much not in the low 30s. Fury Attack, that's not going to do much. We'll just use Strength and bully this. I think Bovine beats Equine here. Yeah, no, do not curl in the squat rack. Come on. But okay, Neem, if you'd rather just pay someone, please explain to me how you're going to get $5 million. Ooh, fuck it, knows Fire Blast. I see what this does. Is this gonna knock it out? 30, 28. Nope. Well done, Islero. Teach Stratini Dragon Dance. How do you have... Are you you've been sitting here, I don't know how many times it is. Yo, let's go, calcium. We're gonna save that for hentai, since if we can learn the punch moves with heart scales, there's no need to, yeah. We'll fly to Cyanwood now. By age 75. You said you wanted to early retire. Which one is it? 5 million by age 75 is absolutely doable, but that's not an early retirement. You're saying one thing and then you're saying another thing. Like, not just bikes video, biking to Costco solidified my thoughts getting an e-cargo bike. Bro, I'd sell you the one I have here for less than $3 grand. I'm actually looking to sell my first e-bike. I got a second one because I wanted it. That's what I spend my, that's my indulgent purchase. I believe there are some rocks we can do rock smash on up here. So let's go do that. Wait, do we not have... Gyarados knows rock smash, doesn't it? Oh, we forgot to get Gyarados out of them. Yep. Whoopsie. Alright, I actually... God, we aren't even going to get into the World Islands. Is it a cargo bike? I've used it as a cargo bike, but how... No... Bro, it's a 100-pound bicycle. How the fuck am I going to ship it to you? Unless you want to come to Hawaii and buy it and then take it back yourself, which... Okay. We can talk about that, which I would not recommend you do that as a waste of your money, but... Deposit, there we go. Exit. VTuber, gym etiquette vids not where it is supersetters. There's nothing wrong with supersets. Now hold on, supersets are just fine. Yeah, there are not that many rules that piss me off. And to be honest, I shouldn't have let this one get under my skin because the gym was mostly empty, so okay, fine, curl on the squat rack. But it's like, bro, there are straight bars the exact same weight you are using. Well, okay, it was using 65, but there's 60 and 70-pound straight bars, and there's an easy curling bar just over there. What are you doing? Why are you in the squat rack? Actually, I need to pull Gyarados out because I want to see the animation here. I actually haven't seen that yet. Best videos makes me anti-American. Not Just Bikes is very sanctimonious, and I disagree with him on trams. Trams they're great, but they're not the end-all, be-all, second coming of Jesus of transportation. Bicycles are better because they solve the obesity crisis. Trams do not do this. In fact, trams, if you're going to call them walking... Oh, hang on. Max Ether is in the rubble. Nice! I like this animation. This is cool. Oh, it'll be a Krabby or something like that. Or a Geodude. That's fine. Scuttle away, Krabby. Yeah, I don't... There are other urbanist content creators that I prefer substantially over NJB. He's not bad. I think he gets way more hate than he should because he's actually willing to say things that need to be said about shitty American infrastructure. But that doesn't necessarily make him the end-all, be-all of these videos. The Gym of Life, you don't have to purposely cut... Right. Again, because people are riding their bicycles as opposed to taking the trams. Again, he's contradicting himself there, but that's fine. We'll go down to this side. New York City has the least fat people. Well, it's actually Colorado, I believe, by state. But yeah, I know New York City is pretty good. Use Whirlpool. We're not going to have a ton of time to explore the cave, but we should have at least a little. Oh, that's interesting. They changed the music for this. It used to be the lighthouse music was what would be in here. You reuse Flash. And the reason I brought Steelix here is entirely to use Dig, if we just get sick of this and want to go somewhere else. Alright, guess we'll use the strength here. So I would imagine it's going to be like Geodude and other such Pokemon in here, which makes me think... There's a reason I became anti-Silicon Valley. I used to be a techie fanboy. Autonomous vehicles are not the future. I mean, we have autonomous vehicles. They're called trains. Oh, so it's just gonna be this. It's gonna be the Zubat parade. Fucking hell. No, we're not doing this. This Laro, you got the highest speed. We're just gonna run. No. Zubat officially goes into the not worth the effort tier. Okay, didn't use Supersonic. Actually, it's easy XP. Fuck it. We'll use one Zed Headbutt. We'll go for a few more minutes, but then I need to eat curry and get ready to go check out another house. Speaking of moving, lowering your expenses, but it doesn't feel like you're very coherent with what you want. You want to retire early, but you also want $5 million in the bank, bro. Those two, unless you, I'd love to hear your plan as to how you would intend to achieve both of those. It's Derek. Howdy, how are you? Do you remember the bug catching contest today? No, I'm not going to the bug catching contest. Where's this ladder take us? Okay, so that takes us back to where we were. Oh wait, but that's no, we can't go that way. Okay, so we gotta loop around. Yeah, that's AV companies they're not going to make driving illegal. Like that's just no. This is no. Don't be silly. That's not going to happen. Yo, Secret Ultra Ball, let's go. It's not going to happen, and even if it does happen, it's going to happen a long time from now. And even so, okay, fine, then ride a bicycle. Yo, another calcium, let's go. Hentai's going to be pleased. Yeah, if I can learn the punches, I think that's what I'm going to do. That also means I don't have to go to the game corner and keep loading up for Thunderbolt, which would be nice. So... this is the first time I've actually thought, you know, maybe a VTuber has something interesting to say. 8-5, Batcats over Sooners series in the big. That's good. That'd be great for coverage. I'm all right with autonomous vehicles. I think it's a subpar solution. I think you're better off with things like buses and trains. But you know, I'm all right with it. I would happily take that. If we get to the point where they're basically much cheaper Ubers, I would gladly sell my car and go with autonomous vehicles. But I would just use biking for the most part. Entropy's autonomous vehicle video. Yeah, hope babies don't come to Europe and ruin the place. My car-centric journey in Germany and the UK. I have. I don't watch. A lot of NJB's content is very long, and I don't have that much time. So when it's something interesting he's talking about, I'll go with it. But he also kind of, and I'm guilty of this too, reiterates a lot of his points. Okay, so there's nothing up here. Huh. I guess, so we need to go... There's one of these... I think it's the top right island that we need to go down. Because none of these other islands are really close. They all just link to each other. Which I'm fine with. We'll go that way. But yeah, I'm not opposed to autonomous vehicles. They could work just fine. Just kind of, it's about use cases, right? Do we go out this way, or is it the other way? I don't know. Nope, it's the other way. Alright. We get to the other island, and then I'm gonna hop off because I need to get ready. Very weary and scared of capitalistic AV companies. I think he's wrong about the time frame in which this is going to happen. If it happens, it's going to take way longer than he thinks it will. That's what I would tell you. Relax. Rest. Okay, fine. We really have run out of time for this today. Fuck. Because, yeah, I need to... I was going to... Normally, I'd bike down there, but I'm going to take my car today, because I want to make a Costco run as well, which means I need to eat. Hey, Tatsuguru 31. Aquatail. Another move. Forget a move. Woo! 90 power, 90 accuracy. We like that. Dragon Rage, it's been good. You've been helpful, but goodbye. Okay, so we've got Aquatail. EVs are equally as annoying. We're going to keep Dratini for now. I'm going to level it up to Dragonair at like 40 maybe. That saves us a ton of XP. And we're not going to be using Dragonair to fight a lot of these anyway, so... Alright, we'll explore more of this later. I'm going to get to the island here and then save. Alright, we're going to save here, because I have just way too much shit I got to do today. Alright, that's gonna be it for me today. I'm gonna have more Pokemon stream for you tomorrow. Questions, you know, Neem, I'd like to tell you, please, if you want a dedicated discussion on any of these topics, literally any of them, email me at askbullmuscle@gmail.com and I will give you a dedicated response video instead of you know, just this kind of conversation. So I offer that to you. That is going to be it for me today, y'all. As always, make good decisions. Those decisions form your actions. Those actions form your habits. Those habits form your values. Those values form an ethos. That can be the guide star through the rough waters of life. We ready for competition, y'all. Much love. Come in for the hug. See ya.